What's happening, everyone? Thank you so much for joining the Red G Foxx channel. And today we're back to doing season 3. We are in episode 18, and that is, of course, the Party Crashers. Now we got some fun facts. We got some familiar faces where we talk about some of the cool characters, actors in this show. And we'll also do a quick breakdown where we'll cover everything on it and show some great clips. So if you love Sanford and Son, you might not see the whole episode here, but you're going to get some interesting things you might not know and just have a good time with someone who loves the show as much as you, and we can laugh about it together. So before we get anywhere, I just want to say thank you to our members. That is Jim Moffitt and Mike Lutton. Power to the Foxes. Thank you very much for being great Foxes. And our other members as well. We'll have your name listed right here at the bottom. But the shout outs are only for the great Foxes. Everyone else, you will get a little scroll of your name. So I appreciate everyone who's becoming a member. We just got our newest members video. Go check that one out. But today it is the Party Crashers, like we said. Let's get right away to the summary. In this one, Rollo and Lamont, they have 2 tickets, right, to give to Fred for him and his buddy to go out. But there's a reason behind that, and that is simple because they got 2 live wires from Detroit, right? And with no installation, as Rollo always says, he got plans for him and a date to hook up with Lamont. But the one main issue is there's nowhere to do it. Rollo's place is too small. They want to use Lamont's. It should be, right? It's Lamont's home as well, but Fred won't take off. And now we have a bigger issue. Is Lamont going to move out? So that's the summary on the episode. Let's get to fun facts. We'll do that first.
I didn't know that.
All right, for our fun facts, let's get right to it. Number 1, Angel. That's one of the 2 girls who go out to hook up with Lamont and Rollo in this. One of the ladies. She is played by Angela Gibbs. She, in this show, they're from the city of Detroit. She's actually from, and a mere coincidence, the city of Detroit. So it's always cool about the show is that they take your name, they either use your actual name, a figment of your name, or something like Red Fox really being from St. Louis. You know, it's something with a lot of characters, from Grady to Damon Wilson to Red Fox to Nathaniel Taylor. It's like a lot of these things come together, and she's no different. She's actually from Detroit. And then we'll cover her in Familiar Faces, where you'll find out she has a very famous mother when it comes to that. And the other fun fact, this is the last one for Red Fox in season 3. We know in the show, Fred Sanford takes off to St. Louis. When in reality, he was having a contract dispute, trying to, wisely as he should, get more money for the character he's playing. The show's getting great success. He gets paid for it. But I think the actors in this deserved, they never got the money they deserve. None of them. I don't care if they even agreed to it. Hey, you agreed to it, you get it. But we know 50 years later, we are still laughing and talking about them. I don't think they ever got paid their just due. But yeah, he did stay out. So this is the last one we will see Fred. From here on out, Whitman Mayo comes in and he does a fantastic job. The writing, the acting, the characters, the chemistry, it is outstanding. So next week we'll start with the Grady episodes. If you love Red Fox and Fred Sanford, this is the last one we get to see. So let's enjoy it for the next month or so.
May I ask you a personal question? Who are you?
Okay, right now we have familiar faces, and let's get right to it. We just talked about Angela Gibbs, who plays Angel in this one. Her mother is actually Marla Gibbs from 227, The Jeffersons, right? Her list is on and on. She's a big-time actor, and she's done some amazing shows and movies. But Angela, she's still alive with us today, and she is, I mean, check out her list of things she's done. It's great when you have parents who have been in the industry, who did it the right way, and kind of raised their kids the right way. She is a writer, a director, as well as an actress or I always like to call them actors, because to me, the definition of actor is someone, not a male or female, but actor is definition someone who is, you know, portraying in a role in a movie or show. So I always call them actors. But she has acted in over 80 movies and shows, including a show called Hacks. She was in 8 episodes of that, from 2021 to 2024. So she's still kicking them out right now. She's actually done a lot of work in the last 5 years. Not Dead Yet, 23 episodes, another one from 2024. In the Heat of the Night, an older show, right? One time. She was in the show Bones as well. And I think that's it. I mean, she was in a bunch of other ones, but those are the ones that might be familiar or something more recently. Let's get to our next one, and that is Della Thomas. And of course, her character's name is Della. See, like I said, it's just easier when you kind of slap a name like that. But if you're wondering, hey, what is she still doing? She is still with us. She is 73 years young and still with us today. Now, I haven't seen her in anything else. Let's cover why. Not that there's some reason for it, but she appeared in only 11 movies and shows. So not a gigantic, as we just said. Angela went on to do an over 80, right? And her mom did probably similar, if not more. So huge drop off when you compare actors right there. But Della Thomas, she did 11 movies and shows. She took a huge 13-year gap between them, right? So from 1977 was her last show she did, and then she did it again in 1991. Nothing too big. Sanford and Son was probably the biggest. Her last role was in 1998 in a movie called When Pawns Freeze Over. So after that, 1998, I don't have anything written for her, so she might have just retired, maybe came back for a few movies or shows. Who knows? We never know why people, either you can't get the part or they're just done, they don't want to do it. So that is it with Familiar Faces. Let's get to the breakdown.
The ball is on. I'm with you, brother. The win is tonight. I'm still with you. The win is here. You just lost me.
All right, on the breakdown today, Fred, we always say it when he's out there, wow, he's singing, making his onion stew, and Lamont comes in and he smells it. He's like, what the heck is that? Fred's making onion stew. Let's see, what the heck goes in this and how does it smell, Fred?
Oh, that is strong.
Oh, that's the onion you smell. She got 18 onions in it.
So it sounds good. I actually wish I could try some of that. So Fred's making this. He's got, some plans tonight. He's going to use this onion stew. And then they go out there and Rollo's coming in. And Rollo looks great, man. We got to see him walk in. And I love that Fred's comment to him. This is great. Let's just look at it right here.
Yeah, no kidding. I thought it was a bedspread.
He's so cool. This is one of my favorite when Rollo comes in. Nah, man. He's got himself some new I thought it was a bedspread. So Rollo's excited and he tells member about Lamont. He's like, I got 2 live wires, no installation from Detroit. A classic Rollo line. He's got these plans lined up, right? And Lamont's like, you've already convinced me. But as he wants to do this, there's a reason he's kind of saying, we got to get your old man on this. He's got 2 tickets. And he's got this huge thing where he's like, hey, Fred, check this out, Pops. And there's a kind of like an echo going on in the background. Fred kind of gets annoyed with it. Let's see that.
See the flying fish.
Hey, see the flying fish?
Watch the Big Dipper. Watch the Big Dipper. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that brochure must have came with echo.
They've done the echo jokes before. And every time I love it when Fred's looking around. Is there an echo in here? So Fred's not stupid, right? We've talked about this before. He's tried to get Lamont not to do poker. He's tried to teach him things about when he got swindled with the commode, right? So he knows, and he's like, no. While I'm out there chasing Yellowtail, what are you all gonna be chasing?
I'm out there on the boat chasing Yellowtail. What y'all gonna be chasing?
He's not dumb, right? So Fred's like, no. He said, how about you guys keep these tickets and I'll be part of the party. So everything that falls apart. If Fred does not allow him to use the house, it's not going to work. And Lamont even says that, they get in a big old argument. And it seems like, hey, you know what? We're not going to get to use it because Fred's just stubborn. Fred is stubborn. And Lamont's right. He's like, you know what? They get in an argument. And it turns out Lamont's like, I'm out of here. You know what? I'm out of here. And Fred and him get in a big fight about it. And I kind of agree with Lamont this time.
Go ahead. Who needs you?
All right, I'm going. I'm going to pack my things and we're going to have the party there. And then after that, I'm going to stay there. I don't need you.
Good. Congratulations. Get to moving. I don't need you.
So Fred, just get out of here. Fred's pissed at it. But I do like that the fact that their tempers cool down. And then Lamont, when he comes down, you kind of feel for him. You can feel that emotion where he's like, all right, I'm leaving, Pop. He's kind of wishing they could fix things. And the fact that Rollo's like, you know what, it's going to be too small. You'd think, I think if Rollo and Lamont, with this, even with the small place, had done it properly, set it up as a better environment and dating process, it might have worked. But anyways, that's a whole other point for a whole other topic. He comes down and then Fred's like, you know what if I said, before that though, remember, he's going through the photo albums. What a great way to make Lamont try to feel guilty, right? Play on his emotions about family. And I still love this. Every time I think of this episode, this line pops in my head. Let's go through it real quick.
Leave. The man who's been a father to you, and a mother, and an uncle, and an auntie, and a cousin, and a nephew. I've been the whole damn family to you.
I've been the whole damn family. And he has been. So Lamont's like, all right. And he says, what if I told you guys can have the party? And I won't. And Lamont's right. He's like, what you saying two are two different things. So it's just not going to work. And he takes off. And he's out of there. And that's when Fred's like, you know what? what am I going to do? He tries to call up Grady, and he tells Grady, and Grady's like, and we never get to see Grady in this episode, which was weird. They had just had a huge string we talked about last week where Grady was showing up all the time. But you had to make it not work with Grady for the episode to go through. So Grady can't make it. He's got a date. He's got a girl for him. So Fred's like, you know, what do I do?
I'm having me a party. I know where I'm have it at.
Yes, Fred's going. Now we see, we cut over to Rollo's place, and this is one of my favorite lines as well. We just covered how you've been the whole damn family. This line will always stand out. And when Rollo's like, hey man, you know what, it's time you need to cut out. Stop thinking about your father, get your mind on the chicks. He's like, most cats cut out when you're 16, you know? And how old are you, Lamont?
I've been thinking about that. Most cats cut out when they're 16. You got to cut out sometime. How old are you? 31.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're supposed to be 16 and Lamont is way too old to be, but you can't judge it like that, right? In society, I wouldn't go, hey, you're 28, hey, you gotta cut out a house sometime. Hey, you're 30, get out of there. Yeah, but he's staying, it's a business, and he's helping his pop run it. If he takes off, you know, like he said, like Fred said earlier in the episode, he's like, I'll still come every day, he said, but it won't be the same. You know, now you're gonna look at me like a boss, not a father, right? We know that's nonsense. So and Lamont does snap out of it. Let's see Rollo kind of snap him back into game mode, right? Ray Lewis, what time is it? And he's gonna get all hyped up for the girls.
I'm looking. Right on.
That won't in him.
I love it when they come. And he's all, Lamont's like, what's going on in here? Lamont's getting all ready and Rollo's all, yeah. Like they're getting so pre-game hyped. The girls come in and beautiful ladies, and the fact that but they're both kind of like, you know, what is this? And the date is going to be cheap. They got all these different kind of snacks, and there's no room to dance. But let's look at a few ways that the guys try to get the girls to open up.
Peanuts, potato chips, and clam dip. Dig in.
Hey, that's the stuff you take to the zoo to feed the animals.
You must be kidding. This place is too small to dance in.
Well, we could do the slower dances.
The old belly rubbing kind? What is this?
Beaujolais.
There's no room to no belly rubbing kind. That's the kind of stuff you feed the animals at the zoo. And of course, French furniture polish, Bruges or something. The actors here are amazing. Both girls are top notch. I think they really, like, you feel like, I mean, heck, we already said, we know Lisa Angela is from Detroit. But in here, they really sell it out as some girls from out of town, meeting these guys, and they're like, you know what, we're not falling for your jive stuff. Because this is kind of a cheap date, and that's what the guys are doing. And then as they're about to take off, who's at the door? And then I gotta see, when Rollo checks out through the door, this always makes me bust up laughing out loud.
Oh, no. Hey, Lamont, man.
He's all, oh man, he's all, it's for you. And then when Lamont sees him and closes it real fast, like, oh my gosh. Fred looks spiffy, right? He looks nice. He's all dressed up. At least it's not the typical suit he's worn in the past. But he comes in, and the girls are like, who's this? And they can smell it. And I love when she's like getting all into it. Let's see that one. When she wants to know what's in the pot, Pops.
Oh, what you got in the pot, Pop?
It's just some soup.
This is, oh, did I even say, I might have forgot at the beginning. IMDb gives this IMDb, I always call it BD, it's IMDb, gives this one 7.8. I think I put it at the beginning, but I didn't mention it. But yeah, I'm good with that. 7.8 is a great episode, and this is for sure a great episode. I think the second half, like when Rollo and them are talking about the boat tickets, that's funny. The Echo, that's funny. But this is my favorite. Fred's interaction with the girls is hysterical. They're great, and Fred's great, and the chemistry, I feel like it's real. That's the amazing part of the acting here, is that I feel like this is a real conversation we're just sitting in and listening to. But their interactions with it, and they're like, oh, I could eat that whole pot. You know, and the fact that 7.8, if you wanted to give this an 8.0, I would be good with that. I'm fine with 7.8 anywhere in there. This is a very good episode. So let's get back to it. And like I was going to say, the whole point of me bringing up the rating is because I feel this, from when the scene at Rollo's house on, it's well deserving of 7.8 or 8.0 for sure. So the girls love it. And then they're like, you know what? All they had is that French furniture polish. What are you gonna drink with this onion stew that they're excited to have?
Reach right in there. And
Yeah, you know, I still can never have Ripple. People have suggested drinks that are similar to it. I'm not a drinker at all, but I would love to try Ripple just to say, hey, when Fred drinks it, I know what he's drinking. But they got the Ripple, so they're pumped and they're ready to have a party. And Fred and Lamont, they're like, or Fred and Lamont and Rollo are like, yeah, hey, calm down, man, calm down. And they're like, all right, Pops, you have a good time and get out of here. Because they got the food, they got the drinks, now they can get the ladies. And that they don't want to let Fred leave. And she's like, can't you stay for a little bit? And they try to give him, Fred's like, no, man, let me serve the food. So they're about to kick him out, and that's when the fun starts to begin. He's doing the dances. Oh, trucking, right? He starts doing that. And as they're having a great time, poor Rollo and Lamont, and what are they going to do now, right? Fred just stole the girls. He stole Rollo's apartment. There's not enough room, definitely, for 5 people chilling in there. So now, what are Rollo and Lamont going to do?
So what we gonna do now? You still got them tickets for that cruise?
You still got the tickets? Great ending, right? Great ending. It's so funny how it goes full circle. They leave, and you even see right here the picture. You can see Fred acting like he's starting to have a heart attack. He's having such a good time with these girls. But remember, they said, hey, sorry, Pops. They don't eat your kind of food. They don't drink your kind of drinks. They don't dance your kind of dance. And they don't listen to your kind of... did he say music? But I know the dancing, foods, and drink are the key things. And the girls did like it. Probably because they came from Detroit, not this new stuff in SoCal or in California, out here in LA. But they loved everything that was about Fred, right? Maybe that's from their family. They just upbring. And so I love that. I love that they keep the tradition going and they like Fred's styles, everything about him. So they probably had a good time that evening. So the next day, we get later on where Lamont does, hey, you know what? I came home, Pop. And you see Fred setting everything nice, right? He's coming home. And what are Fred's thoughts on Lamont coming home?
Glad to see me. You are glad to see me, aren't you?
yeah, yes and no.
What does that mean?
Yes, I'm glad to see you, but no, I'm not too happy about seeing you right now.
I love that. He's got the little towel. He's all, yes and no. Yes, I'm happy to see you, but no, not right now. Because he's got himself a couple of women coming over, and they don't eat your kind of food, drink your kind of drinks, and dance your kind of dance. And for Lamont, he's like, can't I just stay and watch? He's all, no. Now, see, he throws him out, but why can't Lamont throw it? I know it's your house, Fred. I know you bought it. I know your success. I know you're the businessman of Watts eventually. You know, you got to give him his credit, but you got to give Lamont some time as well, right? And you and Grady could go out and go to Grady's house or go shoot pool with Bubba or do something. But Lamont needs his time as well. So Fred throws him out, gets to have it, and he's boogie woogie dancing with his girl. Exaggerates because she barely belly bumps him, but he hits the wall. That great ending. So overall, like I said, when I go through this episode, I love this one. I love this one. It's not big money. You know, we know the elites, the Sanford and Son staples that we all talk about. Would I put this top 10? No. Would I put it top 30? Maybe. I'd have to go through the list. But I would not argue with anyone who put this in their top 20. I would say, yeah, I could see it. It's got funny parts. You got Rollo, and you got 2 live wires with no insulation from Detroit. And you got Fred just taking over and owning the episode. So it's great. The chemistry between the ladies and Fred, I absolutely love. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for anyone who, if you like it, leave a like. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. We got trivia, polls, episodes. You don't even have to be a member. You can get all this Sanford and Son stuff. If you're a big fan, you're going to get it crammed down your face all the time from our channel. And from a guy who's just like you, who loves it, loves to talk about it, and loves to laugh about it. So thank you for everyone. Have a great week. Be safe. We'll see you on Friday. Talk to you later. Peace.